Now in 1932, that is the first year that they produced the Washington quarter. These quarters are 90% silver. I'm going to show you what to look for that makes these coins valuable. So let's just hop right into it. Now first off is a 1932 D mint mark. Now this coin here is in terrible condition. We can see how worn the coin is. It's only graded at a 2, but we still see the mint mark there on the reverse at the bottom of the coin. And this coin only sold for around 30 bucks. Not too bad for being in that condition. But if we look at the high graded version of this coin, same exact coin, but graded at a mint state 65 by PCGS, this coin here sold for over $21,000. So the grade of a coin, of course, is going to affect its value tremendously. We got some nice toning here at the top of this coin on this silver quarter. So always keep in mind that the 1932 can be very valuable if it is in the right condition. Now also, what you want to look for is a double die obverse. So look for doubling on the front of the coin. Look for that on your 1932s. Now here's an example of a 1932 double die obverse. It is graded at about uncirculated 50, so it doesn't have a mint state grade, but it is pretty decent grade for the double die obverse here. And this coin here sold for around $140. But if we look at the 1932 double die obverse with a mint state 62 grade, this coin sold for over $295. So around 140 to 300 there in the difference between those two grades. Of course, the time you sell coins always matters, the market at the time and things like that. But let's move on to the 1932 no mint mark. Now this coin here is graded at about uncirculated 58, and this coin sold for around $25. So not the price that we're really looking for, but if we look at the high graded version of this coin at a mint state 67 grade, this coin sold for over $28,000. And that is some crazy toning to it. Of course, there's artificial toning out there and natural toning. This of course is natural toning, real toning to the coin. And like I said, $28,000 for this quarter. $25 to $28,000. Very big difference. Now also for the 1932, we have an S mint mark. Here is a coin graded at about good 3. So very low grade as well. The design is so worn, but we still see the mint mark there on the reverse of the quarter. Now this quarter did sell for around $65 even in this condition. So that is pretty good. Always watch out for the 1932s. Of course, the D mint mark and the S mint mark is going to be better than the no mint mark. But on the no mint mark, you can look for that double die obverse. Now for the 1932S high grade, graded at a mint state 66, this coin sold for over $35,000. $35,000. Now, of course, the D and S mint mark are going to be a lot lower minted than the no mint mark, but let's check out some other quarters that are worth money. On all of your 1970 quarters, you want to look for doubling on the front of the coin. This is a 1970 D Denver minted Washington quarter that has doubling on the front. So a double die obverse, DDO for short. Now it's doubling on the date. Also look for it in the lettering in Galway Trust as well as the word Liberty. Here is that 1970 D that has that doubling. Now it is graded at a mint state 65. If you're not familiar with coin grading, just go type in coin grading couch collectibles on YouTube and you will find my videos on that. Now this quarter here sold for over $2,800. That is amazing. $2,800. Moving on to a 1970 D, you want to look for doubling on the back of the quarter. You see doubling really there on the U and on the leaves above that. So want to look for doubling on the reverse of this quarter, on the lettering, as well as on the leaves. And then here is that quarter that has that doubling. And this 1970 D Washington quarter sold for over $260. Also, for the 1971 Washington quarter, you want to look for doubling on the reverse as well. You can see that doubling on the lettering United States. You really see it there on the first S there. You can really see it on the left side of the screen. Now, here is an example of a 1971 double die reverse. And this one does have a high grade of a Mint State 65, graded by PCGS, with that double die reverse. And this quarter here sold for over $8,800. Ooh, one of my favorite quarters ever. If you guys ever find these, you definitely always want to search for errors. They are the bicentennial quarters. You see them from 1776 to 1976. That is the bicentennial quarter. Now, they actually produced these in 1975 and 1976, but you only see the 1976 on the quarter. But you want to look for doubling on the obverse of the coin, so the front of the coin. You see the doubling there on Liberty, the LI, the TY there. So a very good example. If you want to see your coins up close like that, get a USB coin microscope. Link in the comments below. Here's a 1976 quarter, graded by PCGS at a Mint State 62. It has that doubling on the front of the coin, the double die obverse. And this bicentennial quarter sold for over $800. $800 for that bicentennial quarter. Now, I also want to show you guys something for the bicentennial quarter. Here is a regular 1976. Now, it's graded at a very high grade, Mint State 68, so it's in very good condition. It's the 1976D. Now, that's why it's valuable. It's graded very high. This quarter sold for over $6,400. Now, this one is not silver. However, if we look at this other one, I want to tell you guys that there are silver versions of these coins out there. So the 1976, there are silver. I have a whole video on the 1976 quarter explaining how you can tell the difference between silver and non-silver. Now, this quarter here is the silver version. It's graded almost at a perfect grade, a Mint State 69. It is the 1976 S Mint Mark. So of course, if it's the S Mint Mark version of this quarter, it's gonna be silver. Now, this coin sold for over $5,800. For the 1980 Philadelphia minted P Mint Mark Washington quarter, they produced over 635 million of these coins, so they are very common coins to find in your pocket change. For the 1980D, they produced over 518 million of those coins. And then for the 1980S, they produced only 3.5 million of those coins. So the 1980S proof quarter is definitely the more sought after one because it's a proof coin and it's very low mintage in comparison to the regular business strike coins, the 1980P and 1980D, where they made hundreds of millions of those coins. Now, first, let's start off with a simple error coin. This 1980 Washington quarter, this is the 1980D. It does have an error. It is called a clip error, which we see there at the bottom of the coin to the right of the date. And this quarter here sold on eBay for a little over $10. So nothing super valuable, but it is a pretty cool find. For the 1980D, now this one's pretty unique. This was actually struck on a 5-cent planchet. So we can see there at the top of the quarter how the word Liberty is getting cut off, and then we see that taking place there on the reverse as well at the bottom of the quarter where it says $quarter. So that is pretty sweet. Would love to find something like this in pocket change or in a coin roll from the bank. This 1980 quarter sold for over $180. Next up, we have another error quarter here that's sold on eBay. This one has been struck off center. Again, this one isn't graded by a coin grading company. The error kind of speaks for itself. You can see how it's off center in the images displayed. This didn't sell for big money, but the quarter sold for around $18. So nothing too crazy there, but still an awesome find. If you find something like this, definitely hold on to it. Here's another 1980 Philadelphia minted quarter that was struck on a 5-cent planchet as well. You see that it weighs 4.97 grams and it's graded by Annex at about uncirculated 58. Again, we see that taking place at the top of the coin where Liberty is being cut off, and then we see that at the bottom of the quarter as well where the word $quarter is being cut off. So this quarter here sold for over $220. Next up is a 1980p. This Washington quarter here doesn't have any types of errors on the coin. It actually just has a very high grade. It's graded by PCGS at a mint state 67. Now this quarter here, because of the high grade, sold for over $380. Moving on to a 1980D. Now this has the same case as the last quarter. This one just has a very high grade as well. It's graded at a mint state 67. That's why the quarter is valuable, and that's why this quarter coin sold for over $1,300. We can't leave out the 1980S proof. This one is graded at a perfect grade of a proof 70 deep cameo. The coin grading scale only goes up to 70, and this proof quarter here sold for over $250. Alright guys, don't forget to subscribe in the middle. Check out the videos in the playlist to the left of me, and until tomorrow, I'll see you all in the comment section below. This is Couch Collectibles, and this is where I disappear.